Welcome to day 3 of the Copilot Challenge. Today, we're going to look at how to generate images, and I'm going to continue using the example of the regulation that we researched in day 2. We have 2 ways to get started. You can enter a prompt into the Message Copilot box, or you can go to the left-hand navigation menu and select Create. This will open Designer, which uses Copilot to generate images. The benefit of coming here is that you can look through templates across several categories to get ideas for the thing that you want to create. Once you find a template that you like and select it, you can look at the sample prompt and then customize it to fit your project. You can do more than just update the prompt. You can change the pixel ratio for the output, replace the reference file with one of your own, add additional reference files, change the style, and change the color. When you're ready, click Create on the right-hand side of the prompt box. It can take Copilot several minutes to generate an image, so for this example, I have jumped the video forward to cut out the wait time. The image is pretty good, but notice that Copilot tried to add some words onto the page and they're kind of cut off, which is not what I want. So there's a couple ways that we can fix this. We can go to Transform and ask Copilot to make changes to the image. But in this case, I think using Make Text Editable is more appropriate. Now each one of these is a box that I can delete, except for some reason Copilot did not recognize that development is text. So I can go to the toolbar on the right, click Edit, and then choose the Erase tool under Object Transformation. Now I can highlight those words, click Erase, and I have a clean canvas to start adding my own text. Click Text on the right-hand toolbar, and there are several options to choose from. In this example, the image is going to be used as part of a news article on SharePoint, so the font needs to be really easy to read. The other thing that I'm going to do is go to Effects and update the color for the background behind the word because it needs to have a little more contrast. Then I could add some bullet points to describe what accessible training means. And when I'm done with the image, I can go to the upper right-hand corner and copy, share, or download. In reality, I would probably play with this image some more, but it's enough for the demonstration. We're going to go back to the home page and look at an infographic template, which is another way that Copilot can help you quickly get started with images. Once you find one that you like, you can look at the prompt and modify it to fit your scenario. The thing about these prompts is that they're very detailed so that Copilot knows what words to include in the screen. I took the prompt from the fiscal year launch plan and modified it to fit the training scenario. I'd like to point out that the words that will be on the screen are enclosed in parentheses so that Copilot knows that it needs to type these words and that they are not instructions. There are 4 results, and I'm going to select the one that best matches what I had in mind and click the Edit button. Now I can change any of the elements by updating the prompt, changing the color palette, changing the infographic type, etc. Sometimes it's easier to modify infographics in Designer because I can select individual elements and update them. For example, I might want the blue circles to be a different color to provide better contrast. However, you can create images using Copilot Chat. So I took the exact same prompt from the infographic and I'm copying it into the Message Copilot box so that we can see the different outcomes. In this example, the layout is simpler, but the text is clear and easy to read. I can continue to modify the image by adding additional prompts. The result gave me the high contrast colors that I asked for, but strangely enough, it didn't add an icon to step 4. So now I can open it in Designer and make some minor changes instead of continuing to prompt Copilot. It's your turn to create some images either by using Designer or by creating your own prompts in the Copilot chat.